Hey everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching. So today I'm going to start, it's been requested by so many of you, and it was first done, I believe, by Dawn, which is Dawn's Stamping Thoughts on YouTube. Now she's called it the Pop and Flip. So for those of you that have requested, I hope you enjoy this version. So you're going to want a piece of 6x12. It's a 6x6 card blank. So if you've got them ready-made, then use those. But if you want to make it yourself, cut it from a piece of 12x12 in half, and then just score at 6 inches along the long side. Fold that in half and you've got your 6x6 card blank. I've then got pattern paper that I've cut to 5 3/4 squared. Now this piece is going to go inside, and then I've got this piece to go on the top. You want to stick those down first, and then we're going to be cutting into it. Now the papers I'm using, I've got only a few pieces left, are from this gorgeous pad, which is the Watercolour Spring, which Craft Stash released. It's an 8x8 pad. You get lots of toppers. You get 24 sheets there. So I've got these ones which work perfectly for this style because we're going to be cutting a lot of the middle section away. So those are both stuck down. Now we're going to cut our aperture into the front here. So open up the card because you're working within this space and you only want to cut through this bit here. And I've just got my circle dies here, and I'll give you the measurement. So, you know, you might have a circle cutter that you're using, or you're drawing around something if you don't have dies. So this one, I believe that was the size I used, yeah, 3 3/4. Yeah, so I've got 3 3/4 circle, which is what I'm going to cut first of all. Now you want to get this as centered as possible, and I'm just going to tack that in place and get that cut. Okay, so we've got that cut through. Now you can keep this piece and just flip it over if you want to have the same colour purple, which I do want. So I'm going to just flip that over, and I'm going to use that now as the piece that I'm going to attach my butterfly. And this is the bit that's going to pop up. But I'm going to pop that to one side for the minute, and then I've made myself a ring. So I've taken the larger die with the original, just sit them together until you've got an equal ring, and then tape them in place, run that through with whatever it is that you want to have as your frame. I've got this holographic card here, so I'm just going to use my tacky glue there and get that one stuck down. Okay, so right now we've got a really nice card. You could turn this into a swing card. If you've got my swing mechanism, you could pop that in the top, have the butterfly kind of swinging. I think that would look beautiful. You could just have a suspended sentiment, pop a strip of acetate, you know, across here, and then attach a sentiment. It's a really lovely style on its own. Okay, so I went to stick this on, and it was all a bit too plain, this back bit. So I've added this other piece here of 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. And then I've added the frame as well. You can just stick 2 pieces of pattern paper down, cut through it all, if your die machine will allow. If not, I just laid the paper behind this piece and drew around with a pencil on this side, and then I laid the die where the pencil mark was, so I knew it was all going to line up. But I just think it looks nicer because it's going to be displayed more so, I think, open than closed, so I just wanted it to be a bit more detailed inside. So for the pop-up piece, I've got this piece of 2x4. Along the 4-inch side, you're going to score at 1, 2 and 3. And then I've got this piece which is going to allow it to flip, and this is 2 by 1/2 inch. Along the 2-inch side, you want to score at 1. So you want to fold and burnish the score lines here, and I'm just going to add my glue to one end like so, and then you want to sit this in the middle of this piece here, just below the score line. So it's looking at 2 inches. And just make sure you can fold that over nicely. You don't want it going over that score line. Fold it in half, so you've got 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. And you're going to add your glue all on that side, and then just close the card. So now when that opens, you've got that pop up. Then with this piece here, fold it in half. You're going to add some glue onto the back there, so you can see how I've got that folded. I've got glue underneath. You're going to stick that so it's in the middle, and you want the fold to be facing you and that flap. Fold it down, add some more glue on that part, make sure it's down, and then pop your circle back in. I've already popped my butterfly on there. line up the bottom first and then lay that down. And now when you open it, you'll get that really nice smooth pop-up piece, and it can hold itself. There we go, like so. Looks really, really pretty. But you see what I mean by having all that decorated now? I just think it looks a little bit nicer. So I'm going to keep the front of it as it is. I've got my sentiment there, just fluttering by to say hi, and that was from a Card Making Magic. This one here, it's one of the newer ones from the Butterfly Trails collection. And then when I write more, I will add a piece of 5 3/4 squared on the back and just write a little note there. I think that's a really pretty style. I also like it as a side fold. I think it could work quite nicely that way as well, and obviously you could then have it displayed that way, but you can still display this one as a top fold as well. But like I said, it does hold itself open as well, which I think is great. So thank you for watching today. As always, I will link all of the product that I've used in the description box below. I'll have some other pop-up cards popping up now if you want to watch those next. And as I always say, if you've not subscribed and you've enjoyed today's tutorial, consider subscribing, hit the notification bell, and then you won't miss any future tutorials. See you soon. Bye.